Hello, I'm Jose Blake Campbell, and this is a presentation on U.S. presidential elections and social media and the correlation that exists between the two. Overall, this is about noticing that the candidate with the most friends and followers is also the candidate that occupies the White House at the end of the election. Here's a brief overview of what we'll be looking at. So to begin with, media and presidential elections have been hand in hand since the very first election, where newspapers followed George Washington's election to be the very first president. But where it's really seen as important was the 1960 election between Kennedy and Nixon, where a debate was first televised. And viewers at home believed Kennedy won the debate because he looked more posed and more attractive and more well put together, whereas Nixon was sweating and looked ill and looked underweight and was sickly and had too much makeup on and appeared to have shifty eyes because he was looking at a clock that no one at home could see. Whereas people that viewed or listened more rather to the debate on radio, as it often was listened to, believed that Nixon had won or that it was a tie. But overall, the television audience agreed that Kennedy won, and he ended up winning the election over Nixon, who was favored before the debate was televised. Now, moving in 21st century, social media and social networking are the media platforms which are becoming as crucial as the television was in the 1960s. During the 2008 election, this was the first election that social media and social networking was really noticed, and Barack Obama was the candidate that proved how important it is, so much so that the 2008 election became known as the Facebook election and Barack Obama the Facebook president. As you can see on the top image, Barack Obama had over twice the amount of social media and social networking accounts as John McCain had. He also had a lot more friends and followers than John McCain had, millions more, in fact. And on MySpace, he had 510,799 friends, whereas McCain only had 87,652. And on Facebook, he had 1,726,453 friends, whereas McCain only had a mere 309,591. So Barack Obama was really using that social media and social networking and ensure that his staff was using social media and social networking. Not to mention, he had Chris Hughes on his staff, who was a co-founder of Facebook and helped establish the My Barack Obama page, which was a Facebook site of its own, where people could become friends and followers of Barack Obama and donate money and hold campaign rallies and house parties to meet online friends and followers of Barack Obama in real life and get together to help support his election. And overall, he had more friends, more followers, more accounts, more YouTube video viewings, over $45 million worth of free advertising on YouTube by people viewing his videos, and it really led to him taking over from McCain and securing the seat in the White House. Moving on to 2012, as you can see, Michael Slavely noticed it, and he was the Chief Integration and Innovation Officer for Obama's 2012 campaign. There was a lot of talk post-8 about it being a social media election, but the reality is Twitter launched during the last campaign, and Facebook had less than 100 million users. We are at the very beginning of what it meant to be social. And he was right, as you can see from the top graph. Between 2008 and 2012, not only did Facebook grow in popularity, but social media and social networking itself grew in popularity. And not only were it millions, but you're talking about tens of millions or hundreds of millions of new users on these social media and social networking accounts, and new social media and social networking accounts being established and becoming more popular. And Barack Obama was a veteran to this, and he already knew how to use social media and how to use social networking, and he really surpassed Romney on all aspects of social media. One of the new, not so much new, but more popular forms of social networking, which was Twitter, both candidates sort of misused by not retweeting and really engaging with the population and getting information out to more people, and sort of stayed to their friends and followers. But he still was able to use hashtags and get messages across on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. And as we can see, he dominated overall on all accounts for social media and social networking over Romney. And he won his re-election and had another 4 years in office. And it wasn't just Romney that he overtook in social media and social networking. It was anyone that was looking at running for president or opposing Obama or opposing Romney during the presidential primaries for the Republicans. But Obama knew what he was doing, and he knew the importance of social media and social networking, and so did his staff, and they made sure they were always in contact with the voters, and he took the White House once again. Moving on to 2016, you have a new group of people coming in, and Obama's on his way out. But as was seen in 2015, Alex Wallace, CEO and media strategist, had said, if you're an introvert in the era of social media, politics is not the field to be in. The consumer wants a one-to-one relationship, and Trump's the person who's engaging with the consumer. So even in 2015, she knew how important social media and social networking was to the presidential election and politics in general. She also noticed that Trump was the one a year ahead of the election who was dominating in social media. And as we can see during the presidential primaries, both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump dominated over their party opponents, whereas Hillary Clinton had more followers and more friends and more activity online than Bernie Sanders, and won her nomination to represent the Democratic Party in the presidential election. And Donald Trump had the same with Ben Carson, far surpassed Ben Carson in activity online as well as friends and followers on his social media and social networking accounts, and was elected to and was nominated to represent the Republican Party in the presidential election. And as we can see, both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump already had far more followers than their primary opponents because they were already very active on social media. Donald Trump, because of his businesses and because of pageants and because of his television show The Apprentice, he was a personality, a television personality, an American personality, and he knew how to tweet. He was constantly tweeting already, so transferring that into a political realm was not an issue for him. It was just talking about a different subject. And Hillary Clinton was already active on social media and social networking for political reasons, and she only grew, both of them only grew in numbers of followers and friends since the primaries, and then after the primaries they grew by millions of followers and friends during the election campaign. But as we can see, Donald Trump overtook Hillary Clinton overall. If you look at the bottom graphic, he had nearly 10 million more followers altogether than Hillary Clinton did. But not only did he have more followers collectively, he had more followers and friends individually on each social media and social networking account that he had. As you can see from the top three, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, in that graph, he had more than Hillary Clinton did. But not only did he have more friends and followers, as you can see from the top graph, he engaged more, which means he was reaching out to more people. And not only was he reaching out to more people, but more people that were following him were reaching out to their friends and their followers and retweeting and reposting and sending out links to his videos and giving his views, which gave their friends and followers a look at what Donald Trump was doing, and which really gave him more friends and followers online, even if they weren't necessarily following him. Even if someone wasn't a fan of Donald Trump or wasn't following his election online in social media and social networking, maybe someone that they were friends with were, and that person was retweeting and reposting everything that Donald Trump was reposting, and all of a sudden it's showing up on their feeds for Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and everything else, and before they know it, they may not have clicked to follow or friend him, but they are following and friending him. So Donald Trump knew what he was doing. Both candidates really knew what they were doing, but Donald Trump surpassed in friends and followers and surpassed in engagement, and this led to really having a popularity in America and winning the electoral vote and becoming the next president of the United States. And so as we can see, from 2008 to 2012 to 2016, each presidential election period, social media and social networking grew in popularity and grew in necessity from a nice to have to a have to have, and a very critical, crucial thing to have in the campaign. And Donald Trump knew that, and Barack Obama knew that, and they had the White House seats. So in the future, it's only going to be more important and more crucial, and presidential candidates need to understand that they need to be active on social media and have friends and followers and engage with people online if they want that popularity to take the White House. Thank you.